The world is full of art. Art is all around us, and it can teach us so much. People began making art a long time ago. Art historians have found art that is thousands of years old, and believe that even the first people made art. The oldest works of art are mostly pictures of people and animals found painted on cave walls. This tells us that the first artists made art about their everyday lives. Before writing was created, people used art to tell stories and record history. These ancient artworks have taught us about the different groups of people that made them. They're basically like books that historians use to learn about the past. Throughout history, people also combined art with everyday objects, either creating artworks that had an everyday function or use, or using art to decorate everyday objects to make them more beautiful. Beyond being pleasing to look at or serving a function, art can also sometimes hold a special meaning for a community or group of people. Different cultures have used art in ceremonies or to explain religious beliefs and stories. Some groups have used art to document their history and traditions or to teach new generations about their beliefs and traditions. Over thousands of years, different cultures have developed unique styles of art. The differences in these styles are due to their different beliefs or customs, the purposes or reasons for creating their art, and the materials available to these different communities depending on what part of the world they live. Because of these different styles of art that have developed from different parts of the world, you can look at these traditional artworks and begin to see the similarities from different cultures. For example, traditional Asian art usually depicts nature or humans in or interacting with nature. A lot of traditional Asian paintings are usually lighter with a more neutral color palette, which means they don't have a whole lot of really bright colors. When you look at ancient art found in Mexico and Central America, you can see that a lot of their artworks are very geometric and have lots of patterns, many which relate to their beliefs. Much of their artwork was made from stone because a lot of these works of art were either built as part of a temple or shrine and had to be strong and durable. A lot of traditional historic European artwork often shows either stories from the Bible and were likely displayed in a religious building or used to teach from about the Bible, or were paintings of rich and important people, which they paid artists to have created for them. You can find ancient African art that was either made for religious ceremonies, such as these ceremonial masks, or functional art that was used for everyday life, like woven baskets and pottery. One thing that you will find a lot of traditional African art has in common is that it ties to animals in some way, either showing them like on their pottery or mimicking animal features like you see in masks, because different animals held spiritual meanings and symbols. With the development of modern technologies like vehicles and cameras, different cultures have learned from each other, and art has changed and adapted over the centuries. Modern artists might not always create art that has all the same features that the art of their ancient ancestors did, but you can still see the different cultural influences on modern art today. No matter where in the world a work of art is from, there are a few things that are always true. The artist created art that holds a certain meaning to them, and that artwork can tell a story about that artist and their culture that in the future people will be able to look at and learn from.